Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots. Blue liquor, shills, debs, nice sort of specimens, facets, meat size, maintenance. I forget anybody. I don't think so. Okay, I got it. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And today I have a little story from Iraq and Syria that is kind of a small story in itself, but it's the kind of story that I really like because it shows the complexities of these internation relationships and the complexities of geopolitics and the complexities of friends and enemies. In this story, now we have the governments of Iraq and the governments of Syria, Assad and Maliki, who are now coordinating airstrikes against ISIS. So now the United States puppet government, Maliki, in Iraq, is working directly with the government in Syria of Assad that the U.S. is trying to topple. Interesting development. So it turns out that Syrian airstrikes in Raqqa province in Syria have surged in the last 24 hours, and they're focusing in on ISIS bases near the border. And Iraq is providing the intelligence on these targets. And this is kind of interesting. I mean, the relationship between Assad and Maliki has been a good one for the most part. And let's not forget that Iraq allowed Iran to use Iraqi airspace to ship weapons and fuel into to prop up the Assad government in Syria. So they basically have a pretty decent relationship. But just how interesting is this? So now we have an Iranian general, Iranian general in Iraq, who's training militia, Shia militia, and troops there. We have Iranian troops in Iraq. We have U.S. troops heading back there. We have this ISIS group. It's getting to be a real party. And of course, this is very complex because we have ISIS operating in Syria and Iraq. So they find themselves with the same enemy. And in fact, that border's gotten very porous to the point where if ISIS ends up toppling Syria and Iraq, then it will be quite an interesting new state to develop out of that. One of the side issues that's coming out of this this onslaught of ISIS through Iraq is the fact that a lot of tanks now and heavy equipment are being captured from the Iraqi army and are now headed back into Syria to fight the Assad government. And so just like all these other areas in the Middle East, the spillover, the layers of complexity are getting mind-boggling. So anyway, that's the story today. We have Iraq and Syria governments now working together to attack ISIS. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.